Good evening, everyone, and welcome to LGE's coverage of Monday's Limitless 1 here for round 15, the Japanese Grand Prix. We've just got into qualifying. Drivers are out nice and early, gives us an indication. We've got a dry qualifying session, potentially a dry race as well, seeing as drivers are out so early. We're here for the Japanese Grand Prix here at the Suzuka International Circuit, of course, with the 18 turns here. The only track with a figure of a driver's favourite, of course, and back for Monday's Limitless 1, which is one of my favourites. Back with Lee tonight, the man from Dundee, a Tuesday driver, of course, and now my other teammate in Thursday now.
Hello.
Hello, you alright?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this today. Is just on board with the Unsainted right now. He's just went and started his lap coming into turn 1 and 2 right now. But yeah, it's very excited, and I've seen a few people were a bit slow to get out of the pits, a few people. So I'm kind of thinking it could possibly be maybe slight rain.
Maybe
during, the race, maybe.
We might get an indication of that. It did have a few drivers come out quite early. Maybe I was a little bit presumptuous to say it was going to be dry, but we'll have to wait and see, of course, for that, unless someone lets us know in the meantime. So, as I said, it is a driver's favourite, usually Japan. It's a bit of a Marmite track in 2021, I think, just for the characteristics of the circuit on the game. But usually, it's a real classic.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't too keen on it in the last game for some reason, but on this one, it's it doesn't. It's one of these tracks that doesn't put me up nor down, to be honest.
Right.
Depends. It's a good track. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Just depends on where you're starting, I think.
That is a good shout. It is not the easiest track to overtake at. The Unsainted is just about to come across the line. Lee in the Ferrari. You're seeing them on the front row at the moment as he takes provisional pole, of course, setting the first lap, so sets the benchmark as Zayek has retired from the session. If you're wondering why you're sitting Zayek in Mondays, because he's dropped his full-time seat in Tuesday and become a reserve, which gives him access to race in Monday. And the championship leader, Lee Stenos, leading by 40 points. If you want to know the championship standings, please check us out on social medias at official LGE on Twitter and on Instagram to check out all 3 days. And of course, LSR that have joined us on the channel as well to check out their standings and their content for their league on the weekend. So 2 drivers set laps now, Lee. Lucas Paul got into the mid 129s. We saw him practice low 129s at the end of the session with some quali sims. So
yes, this crossfire is just starting a lap now, I think.
Always Anthony finishes. Said he was going to be pretty strong here with a 129.4. I'm sure he can improve on that. So Lucas is on a lap, gone purple set to 1, but crucially he's invalidated his lap, so it will not count. Oh, sorry, that was Lucas A. Germany. Crossfire Strikes is on the lap. Lucas A. Germany's invalidated his lap. Purple set to 1 for the Haas driver of Crossfire Strikes. Had fantastic qualifying performance all season long, but been lacking in the place where it counts, of course, in the races where you do get the points. As he comes out of the hairpin of turn 11, round the curve of turn 12 and into the famous spoon curve now of turns 13 and 14. Really rewarding couple of corners, Lee, when you get, well, all this last part of the lap is really rewarding if you get it right, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, just noticed him on the entry into spoon curve there. He was using that curve on the inside a bit much, so he is going for the high risk, high reward type style today by the looks of things for his lap. So as he's coming across the line, let's see what time is he going to put in. At 28.5, he knocks it out of the park.
Yep, so takes provisional pole for the time being, but of course a lot of time left on the board with a 128.520, so almost a second in his pocket, so a lot of the drivers are going to have to pull something out the back. But as I just said, his race pace has been lacking this season, so unless he can turn this quali pace into race pace, only time will tell. Kem Jazz is on a lap in the Williams, about to finish his lap, coming through the chicane at the final couple of corners. Was doing quite well in qualifying, in practice. Ooh. Does well in qualifying with the 29.2. Gets on the front row for the time being, as he lets the Merc fly past. The Unsainted has left the session. You can maybe try and give him an invite, Lee. That would be terrific. Is X-Gamer is coming down to the final couple of corners. Looks like Apex Finley, I think, just set a lap there with a 29.7. And he has invalidated. I'm pretty sure that was as the Unsainted was disqualified from the session for parking in a dangerous location. So I think he might have just glitched out there, Lee, unfortunately. So, as we've watching Cali Rob, the target for the end of the season was 200 subscribers, and we're at 197 now. So thank you very much. It looks like we're going to get to our target. Maybe they'll get to it tonight. If anyone new is watching, please subscribe to the channel. We have on this week, we have 5 days of streams on the F1 2021 game, and next week it will be all days of LFR as usual, and then the GT7 stream on a Sunday, which was last night as well. So if you want to go check that one out, that was at Daytona last night. The format will be changed slightly. The race will be a little bit shorter, but it was a good first outing at Daytona for the GT3 cars, so make sure to go check that out. All different teams, pit stops with fuel on board as well, extra fuel put into the cars, which makes it a lot more interesting. As Con's talking about GT League, yeah, so there's GT League assigned with this channel, Cons. Lee will give you the Discord to the channel. You can get in that way. It's on a 9:30. It might be a little bit late, but it goes on for about 50 minutes. So Cali Rob sets his first time, but not a representative time. As Big Weir comes into the final couple of corners, Lee, and he's invalidated his lap time.
There we go.
Is everything alright now?
Oh, yeah, I was just getting the chat back up, as it wasn't showing any comments there. And cons, you cheeky bugger. Oh, just noticed, I think it was Amaguna there, lagged a little bit, coming around 130R, he's coming around, finishes the lap, let's see where this is going to put him. Sticking right in as much as he could at 29.9 on the softs.
Good time there for the Ferrari man.
You know, I'm quite liking this, how we've seen a few medium runners out there and a few soft runners. This is looking like it might start raining roughly about 15 to 20 minutes in.
Well, it depends if it is going to rain. Do we know it's going to rain or not?
Oh, not up to now anyway.
So we've got 8 minutes left in this session. The championship leader, Stinos, who is leading by 40 points, almost over the 200 mark on round 15. Maybe he'll break that barrier after this race. Is not set a lap just yet, along with James, the current Thursday champion, of course, and Lucas A. Germany, who are riding on board with. Yes, race is confirmed, we are told, for the race. So some mixed conditions. They said one medium runner there.
So, you see, it looks like Jeremy's coming in to finish his lap, sticking right into the pit lane. Haas 1-2 right now at 29.051 for LGE Germany. That puts him into second.
Good time. And the Haas boys are both on the front row, but Crossfire's got that pole position by some margin at the moment. A lot of drivers yet to actually set a time, Lee. Crucially, we have a few drivers on their laps. Stinos is going to come across the line now. Where's it going to put him, of course, on provisional pole for the Alpine, as he sets a 128.4, the championship leader. He's still got his authority on the field at the moment.
Sorry, Crossfire spun out at the Dunlop curb. He better get moving or he could risk getting disqualified. And he's got moving again. Nice one. I think he just lost it a bit coming up the Dunlop curb there. He's lost a bit of front wing, so he'll be lumping back to the pits. The Veloce is coming into the 130R, coming into the last chicane now, navigates that quite nicely.
He comes out of the Casio triangle, he actually backed out of his lap there, interestingly, so he's going to have another go at it. We're on board with Big Weir as he goes into the first of the two Degners. Takes a nice bit of curve there on the first part, onto the entry, now goes through the little kink of turn 10 into the hairpin of turn 11. Very heavy traction zone there. Get quite loose on the rear out the hairpin as he's taking the tightest line through turn 12 into course 13 and 14 of Spoon Curve as you know it. As X-Gamer has got a 5-place grid penalty for causing a collision with Veloce Ayub. So that is a big hindrance to Gamer at the moment as he's in 5th place. His Big Weir goes purple in sector 2 as he's coming down to the Casio triangle now, the final couple of corners. Turn 16 and 17 and now around the final corner of turn 18 as he crosses the DRS line and across the line goes 7th place, just ahead of his teammates. But I'm sure we're going to see some quicker times towards the end of this session, Lee.
I just realised something. Wait a minute. I just realised. Oh, right. I thought Kim just set that time on the mediums there.
Oh,
Apex,
that's interesting.
Apex managed to set it on the mediums. What's that?
Kem. Oh no, he sets it on the
Softs, yeah.
Softs.
It's just with him being on the mediums right now.
Yeah. So we're just waiting. I'm not sure if Big Weir's on another lap. He shouldn't have to be pushing so hard to get back to the pitch, or maybe he should be actually, so maybe he's just trying to get on with it.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to push to get back to the pits as quick as possible. As I could see by the fuel indicator, is coming into the pits, so he'll just be in and out of the pits, fuel up, fresh tyres, back out again.
So we're just watching the Ferrari of Amir Guna negotiating the Dunlop curve. Had a car of a Red Bull there. Just getting out of the way as he comes into the Degner turns, out of the second Degner, under the bridge of course. Into turns 10 and 11. It's a heavy traction zone here as he exits turn 11 and around the curve of turn 12, and soon he'll be upon Spoon Curve. Right on board, not using all the track and actually just missing the apex a little bit on the second part of Spoon. He now runs up the hill towards 130R. A little bit of lag there from the Ferrari, apologies, as he's about to come through 130R now, easy flat, and now into the Casio triangle, turn 16 and 17. And powers out towards the line, takes the pit wall for the shortest run to the line, and stays. Oh no, he doesn't. Sorry, he goes 8th fastest with a 1:29.3. So it's very competitive in that midfield at the moment, Lee. From third to 9th, there's only 4 tenths in it. Just over 4 tenths.
It's quite close, to be honest. Yeah, listen, that's from 3rd to 9th is not a lot in it. It's quite a close one.
It's very, very close. And now drivers coming out on their out laps, Lee. I'm not too surprised. Crossfire Strikes is on a lap into the hairpin. Might see some cheeky moves there later on. in the Grand Prix. As looks like it was a driver that got themselves on the ball there. Maybe Rob, I think, on the medium tyres. That's interesting. It says rain going to be heading its way. And Crossfires has invalidated his lap time. Lucas Germany is just starting a lap. Are we going to see Amir Green try and attempt it again? Potentially. As Lucas Germany can do no more. Retires from the session as well as Rob a few moments ago. Vedran is off the circuit.
I think Lucas went and binned it into the Dunlop curb there. There's no one near him at the moment, so...
Oh yeah, he did. He did, yes. As we're just seeing drivers now start their final laps, we're with Chemjaz. And he is on the mediums, Lee, so he's confident he can go faster than his soft run. So it's interesting. It must be rain right towards the end of the race. This is why the drivers are trying to qualify on the mediums.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough to properly tell when the rain is going to come in. I mean, there's times where I've seen it come in when it says 20 minutes it's going to come in. Oh, see, Chemjaz just invalidated.
Oh, that is a shame.
Yeah.
The checker flag is out.
But yeah, I've seen it where, like, it said 20 minutes to rain, but then it's ended up coming out, like, a lap later. So, yeah, it's one of these, you can't really tell properly.
Crossfires, Lee, on board with him.
Lucas Paul, another one who binned it at the Dunlop curb.
So we're just watching Crossfires, Lee. Sorry, just be the first man to finish his lap. Stays in second. He can go no faster. His qualifying is over. The next man is going to be Stinos. Says he's got a purple sector 2, 3/10 up in the middle sector as he comes through the Castile Triangle around the final corner, a turn 18. Shortest run to the line, goes faster with a 1:28 dead. And between third and first is a second gap. And we haven't seen anything like that all season long. We got Anthony now coming around the final corner. See if he can improve on his 1:29.4. Does, goes third fastest with a 1:28.9. The times are ramping up as we're waiting for more drivers to cross the line. We've got X-Gamer, who looks like he's abandoned his lap. Behind him is Lucas Paul, formerly known as Darth Vader, if anyone is a little confused. As he comes around the final corner, he's definitely backed out of that. And that is the end of qualifying, Lee.
You know what, I completely forgot. It was like, Lucas Paul, who is that again? It's like it's Darth Vader, isn't it?
Yeah. And crucially, James didn't set a time, Lee.
Yeah, it's a bit unusual. But, hey, we're just going to have to see what his plan is. Might just be planning to just stick at the back for the first wee bit and hopefully avoid carnage if it does ensue.
So we're just waiting for the session to finish. And that is the grid order. Veloce and Gamer both got themselves 5-place grid penalties. So a few drivers are going to be moving up a couple of positions. I think actually, no, they're not. They're just too far away. So Stinos takes pole position for the Japanese Grand Prix, and not for the first time this season. Oh no, Crossfires is on the front row with him, and that certainly isn't for the first time this season either. Anthony is in third place. Apex Finley is fourth. Lucas A. Germany is fifth. Sixth is Lucas Paul. And X-Gamer is in seventh. Rob is in eighth. I'm losing it all over the place today. Chemjaz is in ninth. Big Rear is 10th. 11th is Amir Guna. Robin is in 12th. 13th is Flotio. Trunders and Vedran, 14th and 15th. Isaac is in 16th. 17th is James. And the Unsainted was disqualified from the session. It finished 18th. Apologies for that. I just couldn't
Well,
get the words out. I was thinking about what I was saying, and just nothing was coming out. So
I
anyway,
just went noticed there that Koyak's Gamer and Veloce both had a 5-second time penalty. 5 plus grid penalty.
yeah, yeah, I said that just before I did the grid
Yeah,
order. So
like
they'll
what?
drop down quite a bit. So someone's already readied up lead to probably to the annoyance of a lot of the drivers.
It would be good if we were able to extend the counter a wee bit, just in case, like, but unfortunately, the the creators seem to think that 30 seconds is enough time.
So we're just waiting to get this formation lap underway. We'll have a little look at the tyre situation there. As we get that up, a lot of medium runners towards the back.
Ooh.
A lot of medium runners. So that is very interesting. We've only got Cali Rob and Ami Aguna in the top 10 on the mediums who stuck it out. Everyone else on the softs. When is the rain going to come, Lee? That is the crucial question.
Yeah, it's meant to be mid-race light rain, but it's like sometimes with could come in early, could be late, could just not even rain enough, or the intermediate tyres.
Yeah, you never know. It could come within a couple of laps. That has happened before. It's going to come towards the end. That's what does happen. That is what happens with an approximate weather report. So that is not uncommon. So
Yeah,
we're just waiting. Go on, Lee. Sorry.
it's just one of them races where it's in between weather. It's like it's too dry. It's too wet for dry tyres, and it's like like that middle ground where it's like not inters, but it's not dries either. And you end up spending more time, instead of focusing on your race, focusing on the weather.
Yes.
To make sure you're on the right tyres.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But still, it's fun.
It is fun. It is fun, especially mixed conditions. A full wet race can be a bit of a tricky one and can hinder the racing. But hopefully, it'll be a while till it does come in. So there was the tyres. We'll go to the standard position change for the first lap. Thank you everyone for the support at the moment and getting us almost to that 200 subscriber mark.
10 to 15, Jeff says.
10 to 15 minutes before the rain comes. So that is very interesting indeed. We're just waiting for the drivers to line up on the grid. We've got Veloce Ayub at the back for this race. And Sainted, I'm not sure if he's back in the session, Lee. As we'll have to wait and find out. I hadn't noticed if he has been or not. It looks like he has been. And we're about to get this race underway. We see the lights. There's 4 and 5 red lights. And we're away for Monday's Limitless 1 Japanese Grand Prix. And Apex Finley has got a drive through, and Stinos has got away really rather well. The Red Bull of Anthony on the outside. Looks like he's held on to that third place. There's side by side there between the Alpine of Lucas Paul and Lucas A. Germany in the Haas. As they now run through the S section. Vedran looks like he's gained 2 places. Veloce has gained 4 places at the start. And Stinos has got away rather comfortably so far. As we're running through the Dunlop curb and into the Degners. Lucas maybe going for a move there on Apex Finley. No, he thinks better of it. As we now come out of the Degners and now down towards the hairpin of turn 11. As they all fly through. Is anyone going to think of a cheeky pass at the hairpin? Someone does go wide. 2 drivers go wide. That was Ami Aguna, who is round, and Big Rear, who's now down at the back of the field. And Ami Aguna has lost his entire front wing there. I think he just outbraked himself a little bit. Those 2 were fighting in full position. James has moved up 2 places. Veloce has moved up 7 places. That has been quite a safe first lap all the way to the hairpin though.
Yeah, with I seen Vedran went and managed to make a move on Guy there, going into the hairpin, and he managed to get up a couple more places with the incident between Big Weir and Amagunar. So that went well for him.
As Apex pitched for his drive-through straight away, no messing about before the Aston Martin driver isn't going to come out in last. But just a couple of places from last place. Big Weir has had to pit as well. Wing damage for him as well. Crossfires is within overtaking range of the championship leader at the moment, who is out in front. And of course, Lee, this is a track where spinning can really be a real hindrance for the drivers in terms of the curbs here. They're not the greatest to rely on for putting your car on.
Oh, and just as you said that, Robin spinned it out the Degna, right under the bridge.
And that is a virtual safety car. Unfortunately, that's not good enough for Apex for in the end. Big Weir. That would have cancelled out his drive-through penalty straight away. We've already lost one driver. That might get upgraded to a safety car. I don't think it will.
Not sure. It is right under the bridge. So, nah, it's not getting upgraded. It's a VSC.
Yeah, I didn't think it would either. Just because, well, one, because pretty much all the cars have gone past the incident. So there's no problem in that respect. Crossfires is just dropping out of that DRS range as we're going to get DRS enabled at the end of this lap. Everything all right there?
Oh, I just booted my rag there. I didn't even mean it.
I hope you're all right, but we'll get back underway again. DRS is enabled on lap 3. I'm sure that'll be back all right in a minute. 7/10 between the top two. Arguably two big rivals this season, but Crossfires, as I said for a third time today, has been lacking in the race pace front. Hopefully he can do a little bit better today. He has had some unlucky moments as well. Go on, Lee.
Yeah, I was sitting on board with Chemjazz as he was right on the tail of Calirob. Just there coming through the S's. Ooh, bit of a lock up there from Chemjazz there, going into the hairpin. Vedran managed to get around that corner quite nicely. We've seen his yellow flag.
It's gone now. I think that might have been the Unsainted. It's Vedran. It's very close to the back of Chemjazz at the moment.
Yeah.
See if he can go for an opportunistic move at the Cassia Triangle. We're around 130 yard. No, and he's too far back to challenge for an overtake. Fastest lap point goes to Stinos at the moment, taking that fastest lap with a 131.6. And just pulling away slightly from Crossfire strikes. As we negotiate turns 1 and 2. Calirob on the mediums. We'll go back to the tyres just to see where the drivers. The medium runner of Calirob is the highest medium driver at the moment. And we don't know when the rain is going to come. It is going to come at some point. As he almost loses it through Dunlop there. Needs to be a little bit careful. There's some very close racing going on. Chemjazz is going to have to try and get past Calirob on the mediums lead. He's got Vedran breathing down his neck as well. As saying that, Vedran gets ever so close to the back and even closer on the exit. The medium tyre is working really well for the Red Bulls. He's going to look to the outside now as we go through turn 12. And the Unsainted, it looks like he is spun, causing a yellow flag. And Chemjazz holds on to 7th place at the moment.
Oh, the Alpha Tauris, the Alfa Romeos are battling out around Spinker. They're side by side. Turner's went a wee bit wide. James was on the inside. Now James is looking to the inside with 130R. They're side by side coming up down the straight into 130R.
They're going to do it. Oh no, he just got it.
Oh, and Veloce and Koyak's Gamer are side by side. I just noticed a little bit of contact from the two of them. Down to the start finish straight. Veloce is getting on the tail end, side by side. Veloce on the outside. Oh,
Just
he goes
goes
a bit
off
wide.
the track. And Gamer holds on for another day. The Alfa Romeo boys though putting on a bit of a show there. Truntis didn't want to let him pass, did he? As we go on to lap 5 on board with Vedran coming up to the two Degners. Who says you can't overtake it to a Suzuka circuit, Lee? Who says?
Yeah, well, there's plenty overtaking opportunities if you're ballsy enough, but you just got to sometimes just wait for that opportunity.
Yep, to present itself. Opportunity may present Cali, Rob. As the soft runners looking like they're struggling now, Lee. As LGE Germany is being homed in by Cali, Rob. As we go through 130R, a few drivers are going to have DRS. As Lucas Paul is so close to that DRS detection. Did he get it? I don't think he did. No, I don't think he did. So he may be vulnerable to LGE Germany here as we come down the start finish straight.
Sorry, Vedran's just getting moved on Chemjazz there with the DRS. Nice and easy.
Veloce this time gets through, but does get a 3-second time penalty. And Gamer's going to go underneath and they make contact. Both drivers are out of this race, and that is going to be a safety car. They both had their elbows out there, Lee, and that was a unnecessary incident, I think.
It feels like I'm experiencing the effects of porpoison right now on the Mercedes of Koyak's Gamer.
I was wondering, are they going to put porpoising in the F1 22 game? And just
There's
to
a
let,
part of me that says yeah, but a part of me that hopes not.
do you know what I think they should put in the game, Lee?
What's that?
Cross-generation play. EA, if you're watching, we all hate you.
That is it, actually.
Is it?
Yep. At first, they said it wouldn't be, but now it's what I think happened is they were testing the waters to see what would the reaction of the general public be.
Have they actually? Sorry, ladies and gents. I'm going to leave you with Lee for a moment because I need to see this. Is this true?
Yeah.
Are you just pulling my? Are you just pulling?
No,
Someone put. If anyone's watching who's not racing, put in the comments below if Lee is correct. As we see a drive-through penalty for Zayek for speeding under the safety car. Shake of the head from me there. That's not